One of the first people we met when we were here was our social worker, Heather Telfer, and Heather informed us that we would be able to claim our expenses, our medical expenses, on our income taxes because we lived so far away from the hospital where we were receiving treatment. So we did keep our receipts and submitted our tax return in 2006, claiming the expenses we incurred while being here at the hospital with Charlotte for the 4.5 months. And my tax return was reassessed, and we were advised then that we were considered visitors and that our expenses were not something we could claim because we chose to visit Charlotte versus, as we felt, be a part of her care team. When we were called visitors, and it was in black and white in the letter that we received, I was at first a little baffled. I thought maybe that they'd got it wrong. They didn't understand how sick Charlotte was or how young she was or the fact that we really didn't have a choice but to be here for her. And I was insulted a little bit because I felt like we weren't being recognized for the role that we played. After Charlotte's second surgery, things didn't go really, really well. In fact, it was very, very frightening. I had been crying, and the doctor, and I think took notice of me at that point and asked me what she could do for me. And I said, nothing. I want you to take care of my baby. In my head, I'm thinking, I'm not done yet. This can't be the end of Charlotte's story. It can't be the end of my story with her. This is, there's so much more left. And what I could squeak out was just, I want to hold her. I want to hold her again. I'm not, So she said, come, you can't pick her up, but you can hold her. Come, hold her. And she said to me, we've done everything we can do. It's left up to Charlotte now, and the only person who can help her is you. And so when we were called visitors, it was an insult because we knew that while I didn't save Charlotte's life, I was a part of the team that did. She's here, she's well, she plays, she laughs, all because a whole group of people made sure that she got the chance to just be a kid and to just live and be happy and to get home. Well, when we didn't know where else to go, we contacted the hospital, and we were advised by our social worker that the hospital had just partnered with Pro Bono Law Ontario, and they put us in touch with who would eventually become our lawyer, Michael Friedman.
We realize our role in the community, and we are so grateful that we're able to be involved in projects like the program run through Sick Kids Hospital, where we're dealing with families that have real-life concerns, real-life pressures, and we can help them focus on what's important to them.
Pro Bono Law Ontario was looking for a way to help families who had sick children. This program is based on a couple of ideas. One is that people who are low income or living in poverty have multiple and complex issues in their lives. When you layer on top of that, they have sick children. All of those other issues get in the way of them caring for those sick children. Sometimes those issues have legal basis, and so we're there to be able to resolve the legal parts of the issues. And sometimes those are things that affect the clinical treatment or affect directly the health outcomes of the children.
What distinguishes Pro Bono Law Ontario is the fact that they are so client-centered. They realize that there's a person sitting behind every case with real-life concerns and real-life pressures, and they focus on getting to the right result, and in the Desbians case, we got to the right result very, very quickly. Well, at Macmillan, we work with large, varied clients. This case touched me personally. I have a 2-year-old at home. I'm expecting another child in 3 weeks, and I could see and feel the pain that the Desbians were feeling and the outrage they'd feel with this type of circumstance, and being able to help them out and get to a result that I personally felt was right really rang true with me personally.
When we knew that Pro Bono Law was going to take our case, it meant that that we'd been heard and that people understood that this was a bigger issue, that we weren't just visitors, we weren't passive observers to this, we participated. And when we won, we were elated because it meant that other people wouldn't have to feel that kind of insult and that kind of hurt. I think that Pro Bono Law Ontario is a fantastic organization. Without them, we would not have been successful, and I really do feel a tremendous amount of gratitude for what they've done.